You're a quarterback. You've led a team. Did you like this or not from Tua calling out his teammates publicly like that?
I did not. I think you could tell when they followed up on the question, he went, yeah, like he knew I probably shouldn't have said that. And that's one of those things, post-game press conference, when you just lost and the emotions are high and you start saying some stuff like that doesn't need to be said. I don't mind player-only meetings. I think there's a time and a place. I've been a part of some of them. Those are necessary to where you can get in there and call each other out and say, hey, we've got to get some things fixed without the coaching staff in there, so you can just sit there as long as you need to be to get everything handled. But those aren't mandatory. You should be there, you should be on time, but they're not mandatory. And if a guy is late and misses that, there is no reason as a starting quarterback that you should go tell the media about this, because all you're doing is adding a distraction to your football team and you're making a bad situation worse. And now that's all that's going to be talked about for the following week. Is they're going to go around the media wheel and say, was it you? Who was it? What do you think about Tua said? As a quarterback, eliminate distractions. You can't be the distraction. What he should have said is he gets up there, like he already did, and just kept it at, hey, I threw 3 picks. I wasn't good enough. I didn't play good enough. We can be better as a team. We can do this. We can do that. But to get up there and say the leadership on this team, you're the leader, by the way. You are the leader. So the leadership on this team needs to be better. Then you got to look in the mirror, because you have to be better as a leader. Look, I'm rooting for Tua. I like him. I've always been rooting for him. But this, to me, was out of line. This is something that you go in the locker room and call that guy over and say, hey, man, what the hell? Like, you got to be there at that meeting. What happened? We've got to be accountable. We've got to be there at the same time. You handle this within the facility, within the organization. You handle this behind closed doors. You don't do that and go air it out in front of everybody and call someone out.
I thought it was very lame.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the lamest things you can do. You know what I'm saying? It's the best thing he said was, it's a leadership problem. Like, and Tua, like you said, he's one of the leaders. Mike McDaniels, you one of the leaders. You know what I'm saying? So guys don't respect the two of them. That's why guys are late. That's why guys are not coming. Tua, you calling me and I don't respect you, bro. Hey, hold your fucking meeting. I ain't gonna be there.
He called the meeting.
Yeah, you called the meeting. You know what I'm saying? You mad at you called the meeting and guys ain't come. Whoever the one guy or two guys you was talking to, he wasn't talking to everybody. He was talking to one guy or two guys. You know what I'm saying? And they don't respect you. That's why they're late, or that's why they no-show. So running to the media about it is the worst thing you can do, because now that guy respects you even less.
Yeah.
He don't fuck with you even more. You know what I'm saying? So what you supposed to do is, like Cody said, you just tell that dude, like, bro, you not coming to that meeting, you tell him how it affects the team.
Yeah.
You tell that dude, right, the communication that we talked about in that meeting would have helped us in the game, and maybe show him, like, look, we had a bus on this play. If you would have been at the meeting, we'd have been better on this play. You know what I'm saying? Just go to him directly, man, and things like this just don't happen under Bill Belichick and Tom Brady-led teams, under Kubiak and Peyton Manning-led teams, under Sean McVay and Stafford-led teams, because them guys are great leaders. So you get two bad leaders like McDaniels and Tua, and you make them the leaders of the team, shit like this happen. You know what I'm saying? So both of those guys will be out of here next year, man. It's a shit show in Miami.
It is.
Both of them guys will be, you had two new leaders at the head coach and at the quarterback spot in Miami next year.
You were really blessed and spoiled to play for those three.
Oh, man, it was like a movie.
Hey.
It was like a movie, Skip.
My God.
It was like a movie, man.
That's a beautiful thing, because you were in three great places.
Great.
At the right time.
And then the D coordinators too, though, Skip. Don't leave out like Raheem Morris, Wade Phillips. Like it was crazy.
Well, Bill Belichick is a coordinator.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I'm going to triple down on this. I've been out on Tua since before he was drafted, and I blasted the Dolphins for taking him 5th overall, because this is what, you're just going to be stuck with Tua. I still say, if Dylan Gabriel ever gets his shot, he'll end up being a little better than Tua, and they're the same guy to me, both from Hawaii, both left-handed, both undersized, both underarmed. But this is hitting bottom. You had just thrown 3 interceptions, and you just lost a football game to fall to 1-5, and you're going to make "don't blame me" comments to the media, you're going to say, don't look at me. You're going to plant excuses by saying, well, guys aren't showing up to the meetings or they're late to the meetings. You called the meetings. They're players only. They're not mandatory from the head coach. And you nailed it dead on the head. This is the team saying to Tua, this is a lot of veteran players saying, I ain't showing up for that.
Right.
If you called it, I'm not coming. It's actually, he's actually disqualifying himself publicly by admitting that players are not showing up on time or showing up at all to the meeting you called.
Good point.
Right.
Okay, you're out on the quarterback the way they're probably out on the head coach. And then the head coach called out his quarterback by saying that when you lose, people are always looking for reasons for failure to succeed or just for failure. So he's saying that Tua is trying to point the finger here, here, here instead of here.
Can't do that.
And he's just not good enough. And he was always hurt at Alabama. And there's the old saying, hurt in college, if you limp into the pros, you sort of limp through your career in pro football. And I respect him because, remember, the whole world said you got to retire after that Buffalo game early last year on, what was it, Thursday night, when he went into the fencer position, where he got hit so hard and concussed, where he's just locking up, going fetal. And everybody said, you got to stop. And I said, well, if his family wants to do it, and they've done their homework on this, and he's good with the potential risk of this, then play football. I mean, there's no law against it. And so he's playing. God bless him for that. But I just never thought he was good enough. And to your point, they're all on the way out. And it was just weak of the quarterback to stoop to that. And he also knows they had issues with real team meetings last year, going back to Jalen Ramsey. That's one reason he's not there. And Tyreek, and God bless him and his recovery, he's not there because he got hurt. So it's just, you know what it is? I think it's just typical Tua. It's part and parcel of what's wrong with the whole organization, right?
And I agree with the Keep. I think everyone's on their way out, well, especially McDaniel and Tua. But the problem with that for Tua is all right, it didn't work out at Miami, fine. But you are going to get a chance elsewhere. I think he will, because you're a first-round pick. Those guys get opportunities. I don't know if he'll go somewhere to be a starter, but he'll get a chance maybe for a team that needs two guys to compete to be a bridge guy before they draft someone else. But teams are going to see that now, and more importantly, players are going to see that and go, I don't want that guy as my quarterback. I don't want that guy as my leader.
Point.
I'm not going to go to battle for that guy. If he's going to call me out and point the finger elsewhere and he's not a guy that takes accountability, I don't want to play for him. So even though it's not working in Miami right now, you've got to be, you got to focus on your second act. What's going to happen after this? What might be my next team? Where am I going to go? And they're going to see all this stuff, although it's a thing that you said in a quick press conference after the game. That's on tape forever, and that's going to follow you around. And when things start going bad, people are going to use that and say, well, we know Tua can't be a leader, so it's got to be him. So I hate it all the way around. I think you guys said it great. It's just, it can't happen, especially as a quarterback.
Well, actually, 80% of the chat said they actually lost respect for Tua. So,
Good.
Yeah, I think he's on his way out. Everybody is going to be a rebuild for Miami. So I want to end the show with something a little different today.